Janet and John get out of their heads. A short story by Patrick Whittaker.
From John Haywood to Janet Evans. Sent 13th of September, 1321.
Hi, babes. How's it hanging? I promised I'd email you as soon as I got to Berlin. Just checked in, and the hotel is as fab as it looks on the web. You'll be pleased to know that magic charm you gave me got me here safely. No gremlins, no plane crashes, no getting arrested by the Gestapo. I took your advice and refrained from giving the customs man a Hitler salute. The flight was unbelievable. My first time in business class and non-stop booze all the way. I read a couple of chapters of that book you lent me. To be honest though, I can't see me getting into it, not saying it's mumbo-jumbo or nothing, just not my cup of tea is all. Anyways, I'm going to try out the shower, chuck coffee down my throat and catch a couple hours keep. Then me and Frankie are off to paint the town red.
From Janet Evans to John Haywood, sent 14th of September. Hour 9:42.
Hello, John. I'm fine. Thank you very much for asking. I hope you didn't get too silly last night. You never could handle your alcohol. And I don't think you'd find a German police cell quite as nice as your hotel room. By the time you read this, you'll have had a grand tour of the Berlin office, so let's hope some of the German efficiency you're always deriding rubs off on you. Only kidding. Take care of my grimoire, won't you? It's been in my family for generations. I won't force you to read it if you don't want to, but I do wish you would. It will help you understand where I'm coming from and maybe convince you Wicca really is a proper religion. Oh heck, you've only been gone a day and I'm already missing you. Love you lots, your big fluffy bunny Janet. Kiss, 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 kiss.
From John Haywood to Janet Evans. Sent 14th of September, 15:02.
Yo, what a day! What a company canteen! It's got a drinks machine, and guess what? It has beer. I should have seen Frankie's face when he saw it. The boozy old sod had 3 bottles of Kraut Lager with his schnitzel, or whatever it was we was eating. Me, I had water, still recovering from last night. You was right, I shouldn't try to keep up with Frankie. Minder, he's a bit hungover too, but not as much as me. I'm definitely going to bed early tonight. I think of you all the time. Can't wait to get back to Blighty. Maybe you can send me a broomstick so I can fly home during my lunch breaks. LL. Gotta go. Herr Flick, my pet name for one of the managers here, is cracking the whip. U will audit Caesar books, or you will be shot. Big sloppy kiss. John.
From Janet Evans to John Haywood, sent 14th September, 15:57.
Yeah, nice crack about the broomstick, dickhead. You know I don't like it when you mock my religion. Thank your lucky stars I don't turn you into a frog. Tell you what, keep your eyes peeled round about midnight. If you're where you say you'll be, i.e. in bed, then you're in for a surprise. Janet.
From John Haywood to Janet Evans. Sent 14th September, 1609.
Janny Pops, you're not mad at me, are you? I was only kidding. I'll make it up to you when I get back. Name any restaurant and leave the rest to me. And for what it's worth, I've read a bit more of your grimoire. It's starting to make a weird sort of sense. John.
From John Haywood to Janet Evans, sent 15th September, 03:22.
Hi, Janet. I know you ain't going to read this till much later, but never mind. It's about zilch o'clock here, and I couldn't sleep thinking I may have pissed you off. I wasn't having a dig when I said about your broomstick, and if it upset you, then I'm sorry. Sorry. 1,000 times sorry. Being away from you, even for this shorter time, has really brought it home. How much you mean to me. I'm missing you big time and am always thinking about you. I even had a dream about you. I dreamt I was lying in bed when you suddenly appeared from out of nowhere. You were standing by the dressing table, waving at me. Scared the crap out of me, that did. Then you said something I couldn't hear, blew me a kiss, and vanished. Weirdest thing that's happened to me in a long time. Look, do us a favour, girl, and put me out of my agony. Email ASAP and tell me I'm forgiven. Then maybe I can get some sleep. John.
From Janet Evans to John Haywood, sent 15th September, 03:24.
Haha, I was wondering when I'd hear from you. I've been waiting at my PC since just after midnight, so you've convinced yourself it was a dream, have you? I suppose I should have expected that. After all, the truth is pretty mind-blowing, especially for a non-believer like you. What you saw was my spirit. I was having a self-induced out-of-the-body experience. And what I said before I disappeared from your room was, I love you and forgive you. And in case you think I'm yanking your chain, I was wearing a t-shirt with a picture of a cat holding an umbrella on it. I've only just bought it, so you won't have seen it before. Sweet dreams, my precious. He, Janet.
From John Haywood to Janet Evans, sent 15th September, 1803.
Hi, babes. Sorry I couldn't chat on the phone longer. Had her flick breathing down my neck. Been thinking things through. You can hardly blame me for being skeptical, can you? But I can't deny the evidence of my own eyes. So, yeah, I totally believe you astrally projected into my hotel room here in Berlin. Man, I am so freaked, but in a good way. It is totally the coolest thing ever. You have just so got to show me how it's done. John.
From Janet Evans to John Haywood, sent 15th September, 1807.
Hi, John. Hate to disappoint you, babes, but astral projection isn't that easy. Even if I gave you the spell, it would take years to master. If you like, when you come home, I'll teach you about Wicca. But remember, it's a proper religion and not, as you seem to think, an excuse for grown adults to get naked together. Janet.
From John Haywood to Janet Evans, sent 15th September, 1809.
You are, on as far as learning about Wicca is concerned. As you keep telling me, I could do with a bit of spirituality in my life. Maybe you underestimate me when you say it will take me years to learn astral projection. I've always been a fast learner, and isn't it you what keeps telling me I'm a suppressed psychic? Give me the spell, babes, and let's K what happens. John.
From Janet Evans to John Haywood, sent 15th September, 1809.
Honestly, hun, there'd be no point, Jay.
From John Haywood to Janet Evans, sent 15th September, 8-10.
Oh, please, 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 times 1 zillion.
From Janet Evans to John Haywood, sent 15th September, 8-11.
I'll tell you what I'll do. Be in your bathroom with pen and paper at exactly midnight. That's midnight my time. If you see the spell, write it down. If you don't see it, and I'm sure you won't, you're not ready to use it. Final offer. J.
From John Haywood to Janet Evans, sent 15th September, 8-12.
Brill. I'll settle for that. Midnight it is. Gotta go now. The Krauts are taking me and Frankie for a meal, and then drinkies. Mustn't keep her flick waiting. Love you lots. You gorgeous thing. John. Kiss, kiss.
From John Haywood to Janet Evans, sent 16th September, Gerald 3-13.
Janet, that was the most brilliant thing ever. It worked. It bloody well worked. I did what you said. The Krauts wanted me to go clubbing, but I told them I needed my beddy buys. Anyway, there I was, standing in the bathroom like you told me, and all of a sudden there was this mist and the mirror fogged up. Then this writing appeared on the mirror like someone was using their finger. I just had time to scribble down the spell before it disappeared. Dunno what language it's written in. Looks a bit like Latin, but I don't think it's that. You didn't tell me how to use the spell. Cause you didn't think I'd get it, did you? O ye of little faith, so I improvised. I stood in the middle of the room, in my gym jams and dressing gown, and read the spell out loud. Nothing happened. So I read it again and again until it stuck in my memory and I chucked the pad away. Nothing seemed to be happening and I thought about jacking it in, but somehow I couldn't stop. The words kept coming out of my mouth. It's like when you get a tune stuck in your head and it goes round and round and round. Eventually I thought, right, that's it, John. You're just making an arse of yourself. Call it quits and hit the sack. Then I realized I was no longer in my hotel room. In fact, I was no longer in the hotel. I looked down, and there was Berlin. I could see the Brandenburg Gate and the ruined church in the Kurfürstendamm, and even Stalag 13, or head office, as it's officially called. For a moment, I was bleeding gobsmacked. And then, when I realized what had happened, I was bloody terrified. And straight away, I was back in my body feeling like you do when you have a dream, and something bad in it makes a wake up. I got a bottle of champs I was going to bring back, drank about half of it before I could get over the shock. And then, mad bastard that I am, I had another go with the spell, but nothing happened. Maybe it was the booze. But I'm definitely going to try it again, and this time I'm flying all the way to Blighty, so you'd better watch out for me. Hugs and kisses, Jay.
From Janet Evans to John Haywood, sent 16th September, 0822.
Dear John, I've just seen your email and feel somewhat alarmed. Although it's great that you managed to leave your body, you need to be very, very careful. You probably didn't have time to see it, but if you looked at your navel, you would have seen a cord of light linking your spirit to your body. If that cord gets broken, your spirit might not be able to return. You obviously have great powers, but you need to learn how to use them wisely and safely. I can teach you, but you must be patient. Please, 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 for your own sake. Don't use the spell again while you're in Berlin. Once you're back in England, we can astrally project together. Won't that be great? I'm missing you more than ever and can't wait to fall into your manly arms. See you soon. Janet.
From John Haywood to Janet Evans, sent 16th September, 0922.
Babes, don't worry. Now I've had a chance to think about it, I'm in no rush to leave this here body of mine, but I am looking forward to us doing it together. Can spirits have sex? Wouldn't it be fun to join the Mile High Club without even being in an airplane? Perhaps over the Houses of Parliament or Buckingham Palace? Or how about in Buckingham Palace? Right in front of the Queen? Elmar Offal. BTW. Been snowing here. I mean proper snowing with it coming right up to my knees. Maybe me and Frankie should challenge the sausage noshers to a snowball reenactment of the Battle of El Alamein. But then, maybe not. Only 3 days till I see you again. Seems like an eternity. Love ya lots. G. Piss. Manly arms. Moi. Lol.
From John Haywood to Janet Evans, sent 17th September, 01.47.
You bitch! You slut! You whore! I am so gonna mess you up, you cheating slag! You are dumped. Dumped. Frigging dumped. I hope you get the clap and end up sterile. By the time I get back, I want you and all traces of your existence out of my flat, and as far as possible, I'm going to pretend you don't exist, even at work. Goodbye, you witch, J. P.S. They ought to burn her at the stake. Whore!
From Janet Evans to John Haywood, sent 17th September, 0822.
John, what on earth's going on? Is this some kind of joke? Because if it is, it's in very poor taste and not the least bit funny. Ever since I got your vile email, I haven't stopped crying. I've racked my brains and have no idea what I could have done to upset you or make you say such hurtful things. If you've had enough of me, fine. Just say so. You don't have to be cruel about it. Janet.
From John Haywood to Janet Evans, sent 17th September, 1936.
What's wrong with her, you stupid bitch? Get it through your thick head. I want nothing more to do with us. So stop calling me at work and stop emailing me. That little Miss Innocent shit ain't gonna wash. Not after what I saw last night. Oh yeah. Thought I wouldn't find out, didn't you? Thought while the cat was away you might as well play and poor dumb John would be none the wiser. Wrong. I was right there in the bedroom. My bedroom. While you and Gavin rutted like animals. Why in God's name Gavin of all people? I thought I hated the slimy creep, and how come you let him do that thing you never let me do? J.
From Janet Evans to John Haywood, sent 17th September, 1952.
John, I think this will be the hardest email I've ever typed in my life. Let me start by saying that, despite everything, I still love you and want you to remain an important part of my life. I truly believe we can get over our present difficulties and rebuild our relationship. I won't chide you for breaking your promise not to use the spell again. I'm just relieved no harm came to you. Berlin to London is a long way for a novice to astral project. It's a wonder you managed to get back. As to me and Gavin, I owe you an explanation and a deep, heartfelt apology. I swear to God I've never been unfaithful to you before, and I intend to have nothing further to do with Gavin. The fact is, and I know this is no excuse, I was and am lonely without you. A few of us at work went out for drinks, and I guess I had too much, and I was suddenly in tears at the thought of going home to an empty flat. I thought Gavin was being sympathetic. When he put his arm around me, I had no idea he was making a move. Naive. Yes, I was. Foolish too. Actually, I think he may have used Rohypnol. What happened back at the flat is all a blur. I hate to bring it up, and it's no mitigation, but you have strayed a couple of times yourself, and each time I've forgiven you. I ask now that you do the same for me. I love you, John, and I don't want to lose you. Please find it in your heart to forgive me. Yours, in desperation, Janet.
From John Haywood to Janet Evans, sent 17th September, 1948.
Rohypnol my arse. What kind of a dumb knobhead do you take me for? You remember that website we had a good laugh at? The one where blokes get their own back on ex-girlfriends by uploading naked photographs of the slags for all the world to see. Suggest you take a look. Ease vengefully, J.
From Janet Evans to John Haywood, sent 17th September, 2011.
You bastard, you hateful, vicious, loathsome little creep. You promised you deleted those photos, and all this time you've kept them on your laptop. I give you fair warning, John. Take them down now. You know I have certain powers, but you've no idea what I can do with them. Remove the photographs or suffer the consequences. Janet.
From John Haywood to Janet Evans, sent 18th September, 07 to 17.
Oh yes, I am one mighty and powerful wizard. Nothing can stop me. Nothing! So how did it feel, having me in your dreams, knowing I was your lord and master, knowing every time you sleep I can slip into your mind and conjure up nightmares? You think having the ground swallow you up was bad. You think sending you into the fires of hell is the worst I can do. You think being covered in spiders is where it stops. Think again, bitch. I have your grimoire, remember. There's some interesting spells in it, some of which you would not like to be on the receiving end of. Now get out of my flat. If I find her still there tonight, you are going to be in hell the second you fall asleep. J.
From Janet Evans to John Haywood, CC. John Haywood, sent 18th September, sub 7:38.
Now you've done it. Now you have really done it. You think you can mess with a witch, do you? Time you learnt different. Enjoy your day at work, shithead. Janet.
From Frank Beattie to Janet Evans, sent 18th September, 15:07.
Hi, Janet. Frank from work here. Hope you don't mind me emailing you on your private email. Apparently you're not in work today and I didn't want you to be the last to know about what's happened to John. From what I can gather, you and him have had some sort of lover's tiff, and maybe that's what's pushed him over the edge. He'd been acting funny all morning, telling people he was a wizard and stuff like that. Then, right in the middle of a meeting with some very senior managers, he started goose-stepping around the boardroom singing "Hitler has only got one ball." Needless to say, the Krauts didn't see the joke. They never do they? And told John to get his arse on the first plane back to England. It's touch and go as to whether he can hang on to his job. He's obviously having some sort of nervous breakdown and maybe they'll take that into account. If you want to meet him at the airport, and I think it would be a very good thing if you did, he should be arriving at 8:45, your time tomorrow morning. Sorry to be the bearer of bad tidings, but I thought it best you should know. Take care. Frankie.
From John Haywood to Janet Evans, sent 18th September, 21:58.
Okay, you win. Let's call a truce before this goes too far. I won't invade Wire Dreams if you promise never to possess me like that again. And I've removed the photos from the internet and wiped them from my hard disk. You can stay in the flat 4 now. Who knows? Maybe we can still rescue our relationship, if that's what you want. I don't know if I've still got a job, but I won't hold that against you. There are plenty of openings for someone with my skills, so we needn't worry there. Basically, you win. I surrender. Afraid I won't be back in Blighty tomorrow. Everything's snowbound here, so it's back to my hotel room where I will definitely not be doing anything wizardy. J.
From Janet Evans to John Haywood, sent 18th September, 22:16.
It's okay, John. I'm glad you've come to your senses and I'm sorry things got so out of hand. Hopefully we've both learnt some important lessons from all this. I still love you, despite everything, and I'm confident we can rebuild what we had and make it stronger than ever. And don't worry about your job. I didn't tell you because I knew you'd laugh, but I used my magic to get you your latest promotion. I can use a similar spell to bag you a new and even better job. Now you've shown you have the power, I can teach you the craft, but only if you promise to use it wisely. Let me know when you manage to get a flight and I'll pick you up at the airport. In the meantime, don't fret. I'm sure everything's going to be all right. Big hugs and kisses, Janet. Kiss, 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 kiss.
From Janet Evans to John Haywood, sent 19th September, 03:48.
You idiot, John. You lying, treacherous little bastard. All that guff about calling a truce and being sorry and getting back together. Lies, lies, lies. So you think you're a high mighty wizard, do you? Let me tell you, an uncontrollable thirst spell is kid stuff and easy to break. So I drank several gallons of water. Big deal. I'm sorry, John, but I can't let you go round casting spells willy-nilly, especially when you're using my own grimoire against me. Last warning. Stop it, or else. Janet.
From John Hayward to Janet Evans, sent 19th September, 04.12.
You make me laugh, woman. Who the hell do you think you're trying to scare? Oh no, help, help. The wicked witch is going to turn me into a frog. Boo-hoo. I'm so scared. Time 2. Teach you a lesson, my sweet. How do you fancy a plague of cockroaches? Brace yourself, bitch. J.
From Frank Beattie to John Hayward, sent 19th September, 10:27.
John, Frank from work here. I don't know if you'll get this email anytime soon, but if you do, please let me know you're okay. I've tried ringing, but your mobile phone is switched off. You've probably got other things on your mind right now, but I thought you should know your landlady's been trying to get hold of you. Something about your flat being infested with cockroaches. I got a chambermaid to let me into your room this morning so I could see if you were there. You weren't, but your luggage and laptop were, so you must have come back from the airport. Mind you, I'd stay out of your room for now, at least until they've cleaned up the mess caused by the chambermaid. Built like a tractor she is, probably eats iron bars for breakfast. Anyway, she lets me into your room and watches me while I look around. Then all of a sudden she starts yelling in German and I'm thinking, this is it, I'm going to do die. But then I see what she's yelling at, a bloody great frog sitting right in the middle of the room. Next thing I know, splat, she's gone and stamped on it with her 10 trainer. Bloody horrible it was, watching the poor thing squirming about with its legs sticking out from under the frau's shoe. She stamped on it 4 times before it finally stopped kicking. I've never felt so sorry for an amphibian in all my life. Anyway, now for the good news. I've convinced the Krauts you're suffering from nervous exhaustion and not a bad lad after all. So not only have you been forgiven, you're getting 2 weeks off to recuperate. Everything's going to be fine, John. But where the hell are you, Frankie?